Welcome guys to my YouTube channel. So in this YouTube lecture we will study about the concepts of compute. So what is a compute? I will take one real life example. Let's say you want to open a business. To open a business we require some components, like we require infrastructure, we require softwares, it includes operating system also, we require some servers. So to deploy any particular service in AWS, you require this important component called server. To host a particular website, we require a particular component called as server. So let's say, so there are two ways you can able to use these servers. One is you can purchase the server, or you can rent the server. Okay, so when you purchase the particular server, the challenge here is the cost of the server will be very high. But if you rent a service only for the particular time, you are able to rent the server. So the cost of the server will be low. So that's why many companies uses these computes to allocate these servers for the deployment of the website. So for this what we have to do? So what does this computes do? Computes plays a very important role in creating the virtual servers, virtual instances. Create virtual instances. Instance means server. Virtual means since you cannot see the server from your naked eye, that's why it is called as virtual. So to create the virtual instance, computes are used. So, and one very important thing, you can create the compute in any region. Any region. Any region you can able to create the compute. Now let's say I want to create, let's say this is the map. Let's say this is the map. In this map, let's say this point is called as your Mumbai. So what is this Mumbai? This Mumbai, the place is called as the region in AWS. So this is the region. One very important concept here is when you create the virtual instance in this Mumbai region, only in this region, the instance will store. So what does this mean? Let's say if Mumbai is the region, in the particular Mumbai region we have three separate places where this instance can be stored. That is called as availability zone that we discussed in the last lectures. So that's why this instance will store only in this Mumbai region. So that is why whenever you create a instance, you should always see which location you are able to creating the instance. So this is some points that are required to do the computes. So now I'm omitting this thing. Now one very important concept here is in computes you can configure many things. First thing is your instance type. instance type. Depending upon your requirement, you will able to choose the instance type. Like we have 6 types of instance types that we have: nano, micro, small, medium, large, which is also called as X large, and 2x large. And we have like this, we have different types depending upon the instance configurations. This instance type will depend. So what is this nano? This is used to perform the smaller tasks. Smaller tasks. So where here we have, let's say you have only one virtual CPU, some 100 MB of storage, like that. For this small task we use the nano. Micro is just little bit ahead of nano, like it is also perform the small tasks but comparatively bigger than nano. Small is like ahead of these both, more than nano and micro. Similarly, medium means it can able to store. For bigger websites we can use this medium instance type. For large, to store more amount of data, where high amount of data is required, high amount of AI computational power is required, there we will choose large and X large. So these are some of the instance types that we should know. The second thing we can configure is operating system. So like let's say if I want to like use some virtual server, that too in Linux or Mac or Windows, you can choose any one of it. So that's why it is also called as operating system. And this operating system is also called, in Amazon it is called as Amazon Massive Image. Amazon Massive Image. In AWS it is called. In AWS it is called as Amazon Massive Image. So first is what? Instance type that you can choose. Second is the operating system type that you can choose. Third is your CPU you can choose. CPU means what? You can able to choose number of virtual CPUs that you want, number of RAM that you want, number of hard disks that you want, like amount of storage that you want in GIBs, which is called in GIBs. GIB is nothing but gigabyte. In gigabytes you can able to choose the CPUs and all. Then fourth you can store is the disk type. Disk type means like which operating system, whether you want a CPU system, whether you want a GPU system, that you can do using this disk type. Fifth you can do is you can also select the way of how you can communicate with the other networks or other instances from your home, how you can able to connect to the different places where this compute instance is stored. You can host like we studied right in AWS, like you can sit in home and you can deploy your application in USA. How you can achieve it? This can be achieving using network and firewall rules. Okay, so these are some of the things that you should know before it. And so now these are some of the rules that you should know how you can configure the AWS. So now in this, one important concept is in AWS how you can able to create the instance. AWS how you can create the instance. So first you have to go to your console, AWS console, and need to search EC2. Okay, once you search the EC2, then what you have to do? Then you have to click on it and and click on launch on instance. Launch on instance. It's launch an instance. So when you click on this, you will encounter some of the type. You will encounter some of the terms. First is the name of instance. This you can choose as per your need. Second is the instance type, which I already discussed. Instance type that we already discussed. The third thing that we will going to study is that Amazon machine images. Amazon machine images. Machine images. The fourth thing that we have is storage. The fifth thing we have is security groups. And sixth we have is key pair. This fifth and sixth are very important when we say about compute point of view. So now you know this instance name, you know instance type, you know machine images, you understood storage images, storage, you know how much amount of data that you want to allocate it. In free tier you can able to store up to 30 GB of data. So what is this security group and key pair? Now let's say I want to deploy my application and I want to host it in the AWS server. To host it in AWS server, what we have to do is we have to use the security groups. In the security groups, what will happen? Some of the permissions have been given. Like if you see some permissions like allow HTTP traffic, or else allow port 80. Now whenever you do the HTTP traffic, your port number will always be 80, always 80. But when you do allow SSH, secure socket shell, your number is always will be 20 or 24. These are the two things that you should remember. Sometimes it might be 20, sometimes it might be 24. Majority times it will be 24. So these are the two things. If you allow, then you can able to view the application in the AWS server. For this you should allow both of these permissions. So now what is this key pair? See, now let's say I created an instance in AWS console. In live I created the AWS console. But I want to view it from my operating system. I have a computer. I have to see it from my computer. So to connect between my computer and AWS console, you will require a key pair, where you will allocate the name. You will allocate the. It will generate some file. That file will be automatically downloaded in your system. And after downloading it into your system, then what will happen? Then this particular key pair will, like, then you can do SSH in your local system, and then you can able to host your, then you can able to, what I can say, live your application in your host itself. So for this, to perform your deployment, to hosting your application in your operating system, you require this key pair. That's why it is one of the very crucial point that you guys should know it. So these security groups are very important to allow HTTP traffic. And this key pair are allowed to do these things. And next important thing is the last thing that we're going to discuss in this lecture is, next lecture also will be theoretical, then we will go on the practical stuff. This security group we have to study some more details, we have to study. So last topic for this lecture is AWS machine types. How the AWS machine types have been formed. AWS compute machine types have been formed. Machine types. See, AWS machine types is classified into 6 types. One is your general purpose. One is your general purpose. Second is your compute optimized. Memory optimized. Compute optimized, memory optimized, storage optimized. These things are there in the official website of this only. So that's why there is no need for you guys to worry. Accelerated optimized. No need to remember these words. These are not that important. Just you have to choose as per your requirement. So that's why accelerated this thing. And HPC optimized. And HPC optimized. See, when your purpose is just to host a service where you do not have that much large amount of storage, large amount of virtual CPUs are not required, then go for general purpose, as the cost of the general purpose is low. Now let's say you want compute optimized, means let's say you want high power, high storage, high like you want to launch your website or host your website from compute itself, then go for compute optimized. The advantage of compute optimized is here you will get the instance types also, that 6 types I told, right, that are available in compute optimized also. The third is memory optimized. You want that you are having large amount of data and you are hosting a service in your Apache server or some AWS server you are doing. So for doing it you require, like, you want that your memory should be optimized. For that you should use memory optimized machine type. Fourth one is storage optimized. It is very important for AML point of view, that AI practitioner point of view, because you are having, let's say, 10,000 images of data and every image is storing, let's say, 50 MB of is storing one image, high quality image. So you want that your data should be stored in such a way that it should not consume large amount of data and it should be storage optimized and cost should be low. For that you should use storage optimized. Fifth one is the accelerated optimized. Accelerated optimized means, let's say, like I want to let's say we are creating a application, let's say customer service application where it requires instant responses, like instant response you have to give. So for this you should use accelerated optimized, where the response will be fastly given to the customer and it will improve the user experience. For this you use the accelerated optimized. Sixth one is HPC optimized. It is high power consumption optimized. When you require high amount of data, high amount of processing you want, for that you should go for high optimized. You want to host a big application, very big application, like you are creating one e-commerce website where it has everything in it. So for that you require large amount of data, large amount of CPUs, large amount of machine types, large amount of high storage operating system that you need. So for that you should use this HPC optimized. But the only drawback is its cost will be high. So these are the 6 machine types that we have in our operating system. So for this lecture, that's it guys. Hope you like this video. Please do share and subscribe the channel. In the next lecture, we will study some more concepts like security groups and all. And then we will study how you can do SSH in your local system in Windows and Mac, that you will going to see. And we will take some real life example of which machine type to use at what. So that's it guys. Thank you guys.